So Doja Cat said,
when you see people who are doing things that are damaging to themselves, damaging to their future, damaging to their relationships, it's usually because they are resorting to a defense that has worked for them when they were really little, and it doesn't work for them now because it's not in relation to what is the issue that they're trying to fix now.
Got it.
It's a thing that they just know that because that was like the biggest horrible thing that happened to them when they were little. And so they're like, okay, if this is going to help, then I'm going to use this later.
For the rest of my life.
Yes.
Yes. When you no longer need it.
Yeah.
That's so good.
That's a little bit of me in a nutshell.
I saw this clip and I thought it was very interesting. I thought it was very interesting how something you find to be productive as a kid, something that works for you as a kid, there's a chance you can drag that method with you all the way through your adult years. You've heard that saying before, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I think it's that same reasoning behind it, but also it's not as effective when you're older in a lot of situations. But it was something you were so used to doing that it's hard to escape out of that pattern. It's the only method that you found to be successful. And when it stopped being as successful, you were stuck still doing it.
Damaging to themselves, damaging to their future.
So that's where that whole self-sabotage part of it comes from. Because it's something that's hurting you. It's something that's not helping your future. It's not helping your current situation. But for some reason, you can't stop doing it and you don't know why. Possibly the reason you're doing it is because now it's muscle memory and it's a routine. It's a bad habit that you can't break or that's difficult for you to break. And you just got stuck repeating that same method, hoping for those results that you got when you was a kid. It's just not effective anymore. Kind of like the Einstein thing. Insanity is like repeating the same thing over and over again, hoping for a different result. But you never get that different result because you're still doing the same exact thing. Instead of switching it up and then creating a possibility for new results to come in.
That's so good.
That's a little bit of me in a nutshell.
There's several ways you can go about it. Like something that's helpful, it doesn't mean that it always necessarily solved the problem, but probably it just helped you in that situation. It helped you cope. It helped you deal with it. Maybe it was you running away from everything, choosing solitude, like shutting yourself away in your room. And maybe that helped you back then. It helped the problems seemingly go away. It could have been you lashing out. It could have been you throwing a tantrum, and you threw that tantrum and it worked. And you got your way from throwing that tantrum. And you're just like, okay, cool. Let me put that store that in the memory bank, and I'll pull that out for later whenever I need it again. Maybe you just started crying uncontrollably, and somebody felt sorry for you and gave you what you wanted. Maybe you became aggressive, and by you being aggressive towards someone, they ended up giving you what you wanted.
Damaging to their relationships.
So many different avenues to take from there. We're creatures of survival. I think we also are creatures that seek to be comfortable. We want to be comfortable, and we'll remain in a situation that's uncomfortable if we believe that leaving that situation will put us in an even more uncomfortable situation. So we'll stay there, we'll remain there because that's more comfortable to us in comparison to this unpredictable future. Oh, I don't know what will happen if I leave this situation, so I'm gonna stay right here because at least I'm used to this situation. I know how to manage this situation. I know how to navigate this one. I don't really like it that much, but at least I know my way around it now, and I can tolerate it.
Got it.
So that's another thing to look at. But that's what we are, creatures of survival, and we seek comfort. Your responsibilities shift as you get older and become more independent. For the most part, in a lot of our lives, we have like an adult or some type of authority figure that's looking out for us and helping us get through life until we're able to do it on our own. So when you get older, and now all those responsibilities on your shoulders, now it's on you to go to work, get a paycheck, pay your bills, pay the phone bill, pay the rent, go grocery shopping. So now a lot of your mental space is spent trying to figure out, okay, how do I get all these needs? Because these are your needs now, and we talked about survival. How do I get these needs taken care of? You can't just go kicking and screaming every time you don't get your way.
Resorting to a defense that has worked for them when they were really little.
You can't just always shut out the world whenever something's not going your way. You can't always just be aggressive, or, you can't have all these negative reactions. You can't resort to those same things that worked for you when you were a kid, because now the results are more extreme. They're more extreme and they won't be in your favor. The consequences and the punishments are way more severe when you're an adult. One of the biggest differences from being a child and being an adult is learning that your words are now going to be the most effective method in a lot of situations. As you go through life, now you got to start learning how to communicate. Communication. Understanding that people ain't mind readers. So you got to use your words and share, okay, what is it that you're feeling? So people can have an understanding of that, and now you can work with one another and say, okay, I didn't know you felt this way. Okay, now that I know you feel this way, how about this? Let's try this out. So now it's a team effort. So communication becomes more important. In order to communicate those things, you have to have an understanding of yourself. Okay, that's the reason behind this. That's the reason you see Give Taller, give time, attention, love, loyalty, effort, and respect. You need that understanding of yourself. Emotional intelligence is huge. I thought this was definitely an interesting clip of Doja Cat. It made me think about something in a way where I never thought about it before. Thinking about the reason someone is an adult and they're still throwing temper tantrums and lashing out what we would call immature behaviors. You start to understand, oh, that's because that kid in them is still making the decisions. That kid in them is still directing how they move. And that's why they seem childlike when they're having that reaction.
That's so good.
At least that's what I took from it. So, with that being said, if you made it this far in the vid, I assume you're enjoying the vid. So go ahead and give it a like, share it with your peeps and stuff. If you feel it's deep enough, you keeping up. Comment below if any of this helps, or even if you want to leave a helpful tip yourself. And as always, remember to give time, attention, love, loyalty, effort, and respect to yourself and to others. Till next time.